music. There you go.
Oh, it's like Oscars. It's like the speech part.
Oh, yeah, they might play us off actually as well.
Oh, they're gonna play us off
if we talk too much.
Too long.
Yeah.
So this is our World Cup awards.
Yeah.
But not awards like any other.
Give us your World Cup awards, folks. Get us 087 9180 180 is the WhatsApp number, or you can leave a comment on the YouTube stream. Who deserves what awards? And don't give me player of the tournament. Don't give me goal of the tournament. Don't give me goalkeeper of the tournament or young player of the tournament. We've had all that nonsense, right?
Yeah.
What have we got?
We don't care about those things anymore.
Villain.
We've got five awards to hand out this morning. We start with niche moment. Niche moment of the tournament. So I guess this is something that happened during the tournament that maybe garnered some headlines at the time, but then people forgot about it because other big things are happening. For me, it's Raphael Varane's big ass from the final. You'll see from the photograph on screen that Varane's arse kept Lautaro Martinez onside in the build-up to Argentina's third goal in the World Cup final on Sunday. So the very margins of the Frenchman, the Manchester United defender's arse, essentially, look at the scoreboard there. Argentina 3, France 2, and that arse is keeping Lautaro Martinez onside. I mean,
I thought he was outside by a good bit when they showed you in normal times. Like, oh, that looks well onside. And then about 5 minutes later, they pop this up, right?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, wow, that was close.
And the reason why his arse is keeping him onside is because obviously you can't score with your hand. I mean, the rules have become so difficult to... so it's not a scoring part. And so therefore... But if it had been like... If it had been any portion of his foot or leg or his own arse...
I think they changed that after the first VAR season because there was too many goals being ruled out for insignificant body parts. Yeah.
Some of the comments on social media on this were pretty good. Man needs to chill on those squats. Hand of God versus Varane's ass, says another. Even France's fans are mad at his ass now. Another reason why
his ass seems bigger than it is in real life, though.
It does. Yeah, maybe
like they're kind of, you know, it's like Botticelli's doing Varane's arse in this as opposed to, you know, his actual.
Yeah, well, look, maybe FIFA wanted to draw an extra little bit onto Rafa's bum there, but for all intents and purposes, that was my niche moment of the tournament. Raphael Varane's ass essentially ruining the World Cup chances for France.
That's pretty good, actually. I think that's going to be the winner here. I don't know if this is actually so much a niche moment, but I just have John Hartson's reaction to Gareth Bale's penalty against Canada when he described him as a genius and said he can score whenever he wants in a game where Bale barely touched the ball and was completely ineffective. But I did enjoy the hyperbole by Hartson. It was also a great penalty.
I did forget about Wales being in the World Cup. I mean, this is the first time I've thought about Wales being in the World Cup since they went out.
I have another Wales input later on, but that was my niche one. And then I couldn't sit between that and then Martinez's very dramatic drop to his knees when he hits the post against Croatia. But again, it's not really that niche. It was quite recent and memorable, but it was amazing, that clang of the post, the momentary pause and the sudden fall to the knees as Brazil get knocked out.
Yes.
I love that. But I'll go for Bale because it's more niche.
Okay. Yeah, they're two pretty niche picks, I think.
Bobby Dwyer's been in touch. Hello, Bobby. It's been a while. As delicious as Bailey's coffee is, can we get back to the Premier League as it's back in 6 days? We will talk Premier League. Plenty of time.
Not just
for
yet.
us to talk Premier League.
Yeah.
No,
I think
we're not ready. You were like basically in tears when we talked about it earlier.
Someone brought it up in the meeting and I was like, no, please.
League Cup tonight.
No. Like, I can't. It's Tuesday morning and the greatest World Cup final ever was on Sunday afternoon.
Imagine those scenes in Mayo, says Powell74. The Buenos Aires scenes. I mean, like, I kind of want to see it now, in a way.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
That would be our equivalent. Would be them winning.
Yeah. Where would it be? Castlebar?
It would be virtual. It would be all over.
Yeah. It would be hard not to go down there. And
scenes would be the same in Achill and in Westport and in Foxford and in Ballina.
Maybe we'll live to see it. Maybe I'll live to see it, but
they're not that far away.
No, it's true. Yeah, it's true.
They just hadn't scored those 2 own goals in that one game.
Yeah. Maybe Kevin McStay's the man to bring it back.
Do you want to pick the winner per category or at the end?
Varane's arse, 1-0.
That's good.
I'll take it.
That's very good.
I'm keeping score here, by the way. Ding, 1-0. Okay.
Very good. The next award in our different awards for the World Cup is the biggest choke of the tournament. For me, there was only one winner here. If you're the captain, if you're the leader, you have to, in a penalty shootout, step up and take a penalty for your country first. Don't put yourself fifth and in the want of glory and the headlines and the newspaper cuttings. Don't put yourself fifth. Don't be that guy. And Neymar, I'm talking right to you right now, right down the lens, and I hope you're watching. You're a coward. It was a very cowardly act. You're there for your country at a World Cup.
Jojo's, yeah.
And look, Brazil get to a penalty shootout. They go out on a penalty shootout, and who's to blame? Who was the hero in that game before the penalties?
Yeah.
Neymar, what a goal. What a moment. And he ruins it. We saw it on Sunday in the World Cup final. Mbappe steps up first. Messi steps up first. Dispatch their penalty. Set the tone in the shootout for the rest of your team. And just drop the mic and say, there you go. Now you go do your job. I've done mine. Do what I just did. But Neymar's like, okay guys, make sure you all score now so I can score the winner and Beck and win this thing and be the hero. No. Biggest choker of the whole tournament was Neymar.
Just couldn't keep my eyes off Jojo there, our Sao Paulo native in the production box, nodding furiously along there to Shane's entry that Neymar choked.
He did.
Stage. Now, Tim Vickery did say Brazilian people can be very cruel on their own. So is it going the other side where they're completely blaming Neymar for this?
I mean,
sure.
He deserves it.
With respect, all people can be pretty cruel.
Absolutely.
To their own. I don't think it's a...
Well, I'm telling you what Tim Vickery said.
I know, but I'm disagreeing with what Tim Vickery said, because we do it, England does it,
of course,
France does it,
just pointed out,
Belgium do it.
Some people will point out, going fifth, putting yourself down as fifth is actually really brave, because that could be the winning penalty. It could be the most pressurised kick of the whole pocket.
There's a possibility of it.
I would argue the opposite. You're actually going, I'm so afraid, I'm such a choker that I'm going to put myself fifth on the off chance that I might not have to kick one. I might win 3-1 on penalties, 4-2 on penalties. I might not have to kick one here. So I don't think there's any argument here that Neymar is the choker of the Qatar World Cup.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay.
Rodrigo first. That shootout was madness. I went for also a penalty, kind of a World Cup of penalties, wasn't it? So Harry Kane steps up against France, scores the first, no problem at all. 84 minutes hits the clock. I'm in a pub in Dublin. I have a dinner reservation for 9 o'clock. Please, Harry, score. Please, Harry, miss was my conundrum. I went for the latter because I didn't want to watch the extra time of penalties on my phone in a restaurant. So when I say choke here, I actually mean the hero of the tournament for me was Harry Kane very selflessly missing that penalty so that I could watch the rest of that game and then go to the restaurant afterwards, knowing that the match was over and France were through. But what a moment. What a moment. Like, England were very, very good against France. What an opportunity to get to the semi-final. They had a better squad this time around they did in 2018. They could have gone all the way here. Harry Kane, England's best player, penalty taker supreme, against his club teammate, absolutely balloons it over the bar. You will not see a bigger choke, because the difference there is that Kane actually did take the penalty, whereas Neymar didn't, and that's what happened. He ballooned it. That was like Mike Bassett, England manager, ballooned over the bar. And apparently the ball hit a kid's face. He was crying as a result.
Harry.
No.
Yeah. Read that last night in a bit of research. And already forgotten fact is the ball smacked the kid's face.
No, I don't believe it.
Oh yeah.
Not having it.
Oh yeah. So
trying to get some sympathy for someone where I don't know.
That's the definition of a choke, really, is you step up to take penalty to win it and you miss.
Equaliser, 1-1. Yeah. I'm going with that, because I think Neymar scored an amazing goal, and like, you know, I do think that maybe the rest of the team also choked and missed those penalties.
Look, I did argue fervently for Neymar, but I do think Harry Kane choked the life out of it as well. So I'll give you that one, Colm, to be fair.
Thanks, Shane.
The next award is personality of the World Cup. This is a fairly wide-ranging genre, but for me there was only one winner, and he was a Dutchman. He was the manager, former Manchester United boss. He's picked up many accolades across his managerial career. It's Louis van Gaal. From the moment he set foot in Qatar, I think people fell in love with him. Of course, he's battled his illness. He's had a tough time of it in recent months, Louis van Gaal, but he had the press conference where a young Dutch journalist just wanted to say nice things to him, and Van Gaal gives him a lovely hug at the end. Everyone's like, journalistic integrity out the window. What's he doing hugging a football manager? Forget about it. Let Van Gaal hug who he wants.
Forget it.
There was another press conference with Memphis Depay where he was asked about the fact that, you never really played Memphis Depay when he played at United. And he was like, well, now we get on very well. We kiss each other on the lips. And that looked to the press corps as he said it, with menace in his eyes, as is most things with Van Gaal. There was the moment when the Dutch players came home, was it after the last 16 win against the USA possibly? Yeah. Where they're all coming into the hotel, and all the hotel workers are welcoming them home with music and a bit of fanfare and dancing, and Van Gaal is filming like a granny at an Irish wedding with the phone out. It probably was a flip phone, maybe a Nokia, but there was that moment. And then the one that topped it off for me was the Argentina antics, where Messi is almost squaring up to Van Gaal and shouting things at him in the dugout, and the other Argentina players are hopping on board, and Van Gaal's just staring at him confused, as if he's the the world's most innocent man. For me, for a number of reasons, and across, it seemed to be every couple of days a story came out about Louis van Gaal that made me love him even more. So Louis van Gaal for me, personality of the tournament.
I can't argue with this, really. I can't compete with it. I saw this entry before we went on air and I was like, yeah, I love Louis. I love Louis for his 2 years at United, even though it wasn't that successful. I just love Louis van Gaal. He's a great personality. He's been through a lot as well in his personal life.
Did you not even show up to this entry? If you're not in, you can't win.
Hold on now, a second. I have an entry.
Okay.
At least I entered.
Go on.
I have Emmy Martinez for the opposite reason, that he was such a complete bastard for the whole tournament, and he was entertaining from start to finish and peaked at the time when the entire world was watching him be a complete bastard. That was amazing, like absolutely amazing. So obviously the trophy ceremony when he got his own individual award, we'll never forget that. What he just did to the France penalty takers, Philippe Auclair was in the show saying was a terrible thing to do. And okay, fair enough, but I thought it was just brilliant entertainment. So complete bastard, total opposite end to Van Gaal, who I love. Martinez, complete bastard. I also have an honourable mention to the Senegal fans in general, who brought so much joy. Like every time I watched them, I just got about 5% happier
Have
watching
you seen that
Senegal.
footage of Samuel Eto'o going mad?
Yeah, I actually did consider.
It was mad, wasn't it?
That was mental.
Like,
yeah.
it stops and then...
Chasey.
It looks like he's done. It looks like the situation has been solved. Like, and then yeah. I did consider entering that, but I went a little bit more wholesome.
Yeah.
So I'll go Emmy Martinez as my number one choice there for personality.
See, I want to give it to Emmy Martinez because I'm a Villa fan, but
I was going to say if
you're
Colm gets
I actually
cooking the books there.
I'd prefer to give it to Louis, to be honest. I think it's a better shout.
You're bowing to Louis.
I bow to Louis. I love Louis.
Yeah. I thought the Villa fan was going to hand it over, and
okay, I'm adjudicating that to be a draw. It's 2-2.
Okay, we'll take it. To be fair, Emmy deserves it as well.
Like Emmy Martinez, they were booing me. What else was I going to do? You know? Okay, fair enough. I'm with you. You had me 3 games ago. You had me in the Dutch game. And I'm with you for life. Although his agent's in the papers today going, yeah, he wants to play Champions League. Of course he does. Germany, yeah, no problem. Spain, absolutely. Italy, of course. I'm like, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, fair.
Give us at least 2 days.
We're being sang off here by the music. The next award is the worst sports washing award. There were plenty of moments across the tournament where you're like, that leaves a bit of a sour taste in the mouth across the entire tournament. For me, it was every single game when Gianni Infantino pops on screen for the quick 5-10 seconds. At the start of the tournament, there was those moments where seemed to be booed in the stadiums, and then all of a sudden we're hearing from the journalists on the ground in the stadiums that all of a sudden those images weren't on screen in the stadiums anymore. It seemed to happen between like 50 seconds and a minute and a half into the match, like clockwork. So for me, that left a bit of a strange taste in the mouth, making it all about himself. So for me, Gianni Infantino was the villain of the tournament, and also it was the sports washing moment of the tournament.
Yeah, I have the same. I just have his pre-tournament infamous monologue there, the eve of the tournament. So whatever Infantino moment there you'd prefer to choose.
I mean, all up to like trying to steal the trophy at the end and not getting off stage. Like it was, it's all about me. So yeah, again, the draw. Is that it? Are we done?
Today
One more.
I feel selfish. So that's the second last, the penultimate award, as they say. The last award then in our awards is the Fan Interaction Award. For me, I've got a quick clip of the Saudi Arabia, of course, beating Argentina. The shock of the tournament in the opening game for Argentina. They went on to do better things, of course. And this Saudi Arabia fan chatting to, I think it was a Japanese reporter, feeling quite confident and happy after his Saudi team had beaten Argentina. Have a look.
말 그대로 루사일의 기적이었습니다. 극적인 승리를 차지한 사우디 팬들은 경기가 끝나고도 기쁨을 만끽했습니다.
Excuse me, where is Messi? Where is Messi?
Where is Messi?
Messi down. Where is Messi? Messi down. Where is Messi? Down. Everybody see Messi. Where is Messi? Where is Messi?
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. Messi down. Where is Messi? Where is Messi?
I have one question.
Yeah.
Ask all the 88,000. Where is Messi?
Okay.
Where is Messi?
Messi sleep. Messi sleep.
I mean, wow.
The Where is Messi fan.
It is amazing, right? Because it wasn't the Argentine FA who released the Where's Messi and then had the rest of the World Cup. It's pretty amazing. Like
The very same fan was stopped walking into the final by, I think, a Mexican channel wearing an Argentina jersey. It had come full circle. I mean, he'd probably become so famous in Argentina that he was like, I'm going to lean into this and become that guy. So
I mean, he will meet Messi on telly
it'll be so
in
worth
Argentina in a game show.
Yeah.
there'll be like I mean, Maradona hosted a game show in Argentina for, I think, a couple of years. And you know at some point that the prize is going to be him.
Oh, yeah. What is Messi? Here is Messi.
Yeah, right.
Behind the
Who
curtain.
have you got?
Wales get knocked out by Iran in the World Cup, and a Sky reporter approaches the Wales fans afterwards. Here it is.
Guys, sorry, live on Sky News. Your reaction to the win? We lost. Sorry, reaction to the loss. Apologies. Reaction to the loss? Shit. Apologies for the language.
In the background, give it to Giggsy to the end of the season. I missed that.
He's had a mare on a number for us there. That guy.
Oh, that's like, how long is the clip? Is it 6 seconds? 10 seconds?
And that's how much happens in 10 seconds. It's
Three amazing
filled with
things.
content. It's incredible. And the
Give it to Giggsy at the end of the season.
The fans' comic timing
Shit.
for the first one is the first one we lost.
Yeah.
So it's like he had
That's how
time
you
to
feel
prepare
about
for
the
it.
win.
We lost.
We lost.
So that has to be the best fan interaction.
That's sorry, the winner chicken dinner.
Fair play. I can't take it away from you.